What's up, YouTube? My name is Jason, and this is my take. And I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be reviewing the new Vory album, Lost Souls. Vory is a singer, rapper, songwriter who I came across because of his amazing vocal performances on Kanye's Donda. More specifically, this track, Jonah. Like, when I heard that song, I was like, who is this? Because it was one of my favorite tracks, and he was easily the biggest standout on that track. I also heard him on Meek's last album, Expensive Pain, that I reviewed last year. He also stood out on there. And just after hearing that, I would just wanted to know, like, I just wanted to get into this guy's music. And here we go. Like, we finally got one. I believe he does have a project before this that I haven't been able to listen to. I'm definitely going to check it out, though. But we have a new album over here by him, Lost Souls. And before we even dive into it, man, I want to give a big shout out to my guy, Tyree Hawkins, aka T1K. Follow this guy on Instagram. He's a producer, engineer, and he produced and was engineering many of the songs on this record. So it's cool to say that I know him personally. This guy's one of the best. My guy, man, congrats, man, amazing work. But listen, man, I going into this album, I was just curious, honestly. Just hearing a guy with a unique voice and that can stand out on tracks that Kanye West put together, to me, just had me curious about what this guy can do and on a full-length project, what he would deliver. And listen, this was a cool project here. And honestly, just after listening to it, I'm excited about what he's gonna be doing in the future. Because those moments and those highlights that I spoke of on Donda, on Expensive Pain, show up here. This guy just can deliver and is so versatile, from his rapping to his singing, and just how his cadences and how he can just switch it up vocally. Like it really stuck out to me on here. I won't say that this album blew me away, but there are many moments on here that I returned to and that were very memorable for me. And then let's just dive into it. I love the atmosphere production on the intro and title track that features Fresco Trey. This, along with the acoustic-led melody, made for a very enjoyable track. And like I said, it's just those cadences on here and that versatility from Vory that really stuck out from the jump. Hitting higher notes at times on here that really blew me away. One of the lead-off singles to this project was the song Daylight that features Kanye West. And man, I love the production on this track. And I can tell that Kanye had a hand in it. Drums hit hard, and that guitar, it makes his presence very known. Kanye, to me, didn't do much vocally when it comes to his performance, but I did enjoy his refrain of singing Daylight on the hook and how it sounded. To me, Vory was easily the star of the show, and that can't be easy when you have Kanye all over this thing, but he did his thing for sure. And I applaud how he was like, Kanye, you here, but this is my track. Lesson Learned was a very solid track that sees Vory reflecting on a past relationship, and he speaks on his struggles opening up, as well as being attached given past trauma. And also how he felt like the ex in the situation kind of took advantage of that struggle, had more behavior of like wanting to save him and wanting to get him to be this person that he maybe wasn't ready to be, and kind of preying on that struggle. But then at the same time, we get a section at the end of the track where this ex is talking and saying, well, you never open up, you're never present, I don't feel like this is working, and different things. So it made me wonder, kind of what was happening here. Was Vory correct, or was he just actually not being open and vulnerable and doing enough for this person? So it made me wonder kind of what the lesson learned was. Was the lesson that, hey, like, I realized that you were trying to prey on the struggle and everything? Or was the lesson that, hey, like, this is how I felt, but maybe I could have done more. Maybe I wasn't as vulnerable and opening up as I could have been. So I thought this was a really interesting track, and it kind of made me have questions, but that's a good thing. The song Believe in Me was another highlight. I really enjoyed the OJ sample here that was driving the melody of the song, and how it was flipped into a darker trap melody. And it's crazy because this is probably the track that I return to the most on here. I just wish that it wasn't a minute and a half. The song Project Baby has a very victorious feel to it. You know, Vory speaks on being a project baby from the gutter, from the struggle, and I'll really enjoy songs like this, where artists just talk about their upbringing, how it wasn't the best, and to find themselves now in a very successful place in their life. A place that maybe they couldn't have imagined being. I always just enjoy these type of triumphant tracks. The song Dark Clouds uses the same Serpent with Feet sample that Baby Keem used on Scapegoat, I believe it was, on the melodic blue. But I enjoy how this one was flipped much more. Man, just Vory, man, just that versatility once again. His rapping and how he can switch it to the singing. In a lot of ways, it reminds me of Roddy. Like Roddy will just like be singing or like, you know, doing something more melodic, and then he'll just completely switch and just start rapping. Like I enjoy artists like that can just flip the switch and it still sounds good. And the Dark Clouds on this song that Vory is referencing also deals with the past relationship and just him reflecting on the downfall of everything. And we see more of that language around being taken advantage of and, you know, not, you know, falling for the mind games. So it took me back to the lessons learned track to be like, okay, maybe that's what the lesson learned was. Maybe it was more about feeling like couldn't trust this person, and just how that was a situation that just didn't work out for him. Now, there were some other tracks here that I feel like I just wanted more out of Vory. These tracks didn't wow me. They didn't completely underwhelm me. They were just, Some of those include Mind Games, Lost Angels, Happy Birthday to You. I just felt like they were there. They were cool. But you know, they left a little more to be desired. The songs Do Not Disturb and Chanel Fix, on the other hand, I could have probably done without. Do Not Disturb, it really was just performance-wise. Like I just didn't really enjoy anyone on this track. Listen, like whenever I see Nav featured on something or I'm going into a project of his, I'm just like rooting for the guy, because he always just disappoints me usually. And once again, that's what happens here. Just easily the worst easily the worst on this project. And the singing was just the song Chanel Fix also, as I mentioned, was another. And just given how great vocally Vory has been on the project, Chanel Fix was a little bit of a head scratcher. It felt more lazy, and I just left this track wanting so much more from him. I will say a bright spot on here was the feature Landstrip Chip. What a name. I really enjoy how he flowed over this. Like he definitely stood out to me, and I enjoy how he sounded over this beat. Man, overall, man, I enjoyed this. This was a cool collection of tracks from Vory. Some tracks that I didn't really rock with, some that were but there were more highlights in my opinion. And honestly, like I said, I'm just curious and excited about what this guy's gonna do in the future. The talent, man, the vocal delivery, his cadences, and how he can just switch it up, it can't be denied. I'm really glad that I discovered this guy on Donda, and hearing him on other tracks and features, because I think the future is bright for sure. I'm gonna give this album a 6 out of 10. So what were you guys' thoughts on this new Vory album? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What were your favorite tracks? Let's have a discussion down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another week. I'm not gonna go away for 2 weeks. Not yet, at least. If I need another break. But got more videos coming next week. Since I took off, I didn't do an end of month for May, so I'm gonna do that and see what else we get into. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm Jason. This has been my take. I'll see you next time.